Welcome to another Send Lawyers to Hell video, there you can see it, where I'm playing Doom levels and being sponsored by some very generous people to send money to Races, the organisation helping people get out of migrant camps on the southern border of the US. This was a request by someone quite early on, where I was requested just to play some Doom 64. And while I have done that before in my life, and I remember doing so, I can remember absolutely nothing about it, so this will be a new adventure for me. And I'm not looking forward to encountering him at all. Oh, dude, there you go, that's clever. So, something you might have noticed is that this looks a bit different from Doom on every other format in which it was released. Let me just get this going. Watch me die, I assume that's ultraviolence. And yeah, so Doom 64 is very much the Super Nintendo Prince of Persia of the Doom world. They looked at all the other Doom ports and said, okay, well that's good, let's do something completely different instead. Okay, so story so far. The past, your fatigue was enormous, the price for encountering pure evil. Hell was a place no mortal was meant to experience. Stupid military doctors, their tests and treatments were of little help. In the end, what did... Scroll a bit faster, will you? What did it matter? It was all classified and sealed. The nightmares continued. Demons, so many demons, relentless, pouring through. Okay, so this is going to take ages. I'll do it myself. Right, so this was made by Midway, and it came out, I think 1995, maybe even 6. Quite a while after all the original Dooms were out. And they chose to do things a bit differently here. Oh, there's a berserk already, right behind the entrance. That's great. Oh, I didn't use my pistol for long before I got a new weapon. That's... Okay. So, yeah, you'll see that. Whoa, what are you? Oh, that's a pinky, or this version of a pinky, anyway. Okay, as I keep on trying to say, and I'm being interrupted every time, this version of Doom was made by Midway, and it was originally called The Absolution. There's always rumours saying that, it wasn't really meant to be a Doom game, but they tacked that on afterwards. But no, I think it was meant to be a Doom game, but it wasn't called a Doom game. In that way, it's very much the opposite of Doom 3. Yeah, there's a new weapon as well, this unnecessarily double-barreled chainsaw. So yeah, they threw out absolutely everything of the original Doom and replaced it with all their own graphics, sounds, levels, everything. So it really is a completely different experience, and much more of a sequel to the game than just a port. Making... Well, I suppose Doom 1 and 2 ran on the same engine. This kind of ran on the same engine. So yeah, this is the actual Doom 2 if you're going by overhauls of the engine. No one's gonna like me saying that. We can call it Doom 3, but then Doom 3's the 4th Doom game. It's a mess. Just like my health is at the moment. I haven't been paying attention, so to sum this game up, it's a lot more atmospheric, as you can hear from the absurd groaning noises underscoring this video. Its music was written by Aubrey Hodges, who also did the soundtrack for the PSX version, the PlayStation version, and yeah, it's a lot more atmospheric than the tunes that are vaguely familiar from Metallica and Alice in Chains that Bobby Prince provided. Oh! Well, I thought I was taking full damage there, but I was just careless enough to be shot by one of the lower enemies in the game. Alright. Let's try all this again. Maybe a bit faster. Alright, so my objective here is to get the blue key card, and then I'll come back here. This is running under GZ Doom, by the way. The port is not GZ Doom. It's called Doom 64 Retribution by, excuse me a minute, I need to look up how to say his name, Nevander. And, yeah, it's a GZ Doom specific port of Doom 64, which is not intended to be 100% faithful to the original. It's an interpretation of it, but it's definitely very gloomy and very well put together. Oh yeah, so the story of Doom 64, it takes place after Doom 2, and like the text was trying to spell out very slowly, it's saying that our favourite Doom Marine came back from Mars and saved Earth, and then... Whoop, there he is. Then he's in traumatic care and everything like that. But the demons have been repelled, and a few stragglers still remain on the moons of Mars. And UAC has to get rid of them and says, "Why don't we try some radiation? Zap, pow, bang! It only enhances their evil and brings them back from the dead in stronger numbers than ever before. Guess who's going to fix it again? It's me." Alright, so let's get that chainsaw again. No, I didn't think I picked up the blue keycard. This is going to be a short kind of game if I can't work out where that is. Let's have a look at the map. So, there's... Alright, so we're back in better shape than we were before. So yeah, it really looks the part, doesn't it? I think that my vertical aiming is turned off from a little bit before when I did Shadow of the Wool Ball. But look at that space open to the sky. Where am I going anyway? There's a switch, it says, in there, which I don't think I've noticed. Yeah, open something. To my right. There we go! Alright. Time to complete map 01, 3 hours, 20 minutes. So the enemies are mostly sort of interpretations of the ones from the original Doom. They couldn't fit them all in because with Nintendo 64 you were dealing with a lot less memory than you were with the PC. Oh! But these things are very present and very oppressive. This video's not going very well, is it? Should I go down to the I'm a bit of a wimp setting, do you think? Okay, I'm back. Let's see what I can do this time with my fist. Because I did pick up a Berserk right at the very start, and I don't think I've utilised it to its full potential yet. Well, the range of your fist is a bit different here. Again, I don't know if that's an original Doom 64 thing or if it's just added by this particular interpretation of it. I've also turned on Always Run because my little finger was getting a bit tired on the shift key. The movement speed in Doom 64 is far, far reduced from what you would expect. Okay. So what's that switch actually done? There we go. There we go. I've got to be more careful. Whoa! Okay. Well. Whoa! What's that? Oh, so can you look into monitors and see some things remotely? It's not going to help if I don't... okay, fists time again. Trying to think where I've heard those noises before. I think it's actually the PlayStation version of Doom, where all the sounds were replaced as well. Yeah, so... there must have been some trouble with the sound library or something. Look at that, rotating light there. Yeah, there must have been some licensing with the sound library or something, or perhaps they just wanted different sounds on the consoles. Oh, I don't know what that was. But I'm glad it's not alive anymore. Looked like it might have been a Doom 64 imp. Let's see, so that 55 monsters, and that's the first level. Alright. So we're on our way. Staging area is finished. And part time was 45 seconds, we took a bit longer than that. Entering the Terraformer. The levels, by the way, the starting levels were made by someone called Randy Estrella, which is a bit mean to point that out on the, on the level titles. Americans have really weird names. There was someone at my last condo association who was called Randy Ostrich. I swear. What's this? Whoa, okay. Well, I'm glad I'm out of there. But I feel that enemies are going to start pouring out of here as soon as I pick up this! I like this chain gun! I like this chain gun! Please keep this chain gun and don't run out of ammunition too quickly, please! Alright. So this chain gun feels like it has actual power behind it, instead of just being 4 pistols that somebody's crudely stapled together. Oh, there's a switch. Ah! Oh, that's better, thank you. Who's shooting me? There you are. So this definitely is a fresh take on Doom. Ah, that's better. Again, I think that green tint and the highlighting is GZ Doom's doing rather than something that the original Doom 64 did. But yeah, it is like playing a different game that happens to share some of those elements. Oh. How do I get up then? There you go. Thank you. Let's check this map. There's the blue door. Oh, sorry, I fell off again. Wasn't looking where I was going. Alright. Hey! Hey! Wait! That's not funny! How do I get that then? Where? Oi! Where? Someone's having a laugh here. Where's he going? What? Ah! Well, nice to know that your crusher's working. What? Why does this room exist? Ow! Well, let's try this one. Ow! Let's try this one. Ah! Ah! I do try to be a straight man when my computer decides it's going to be the comedian. Okay, so that's the blue door. We need to find the blue door, avoid getting squished along the way. Yeah, they're taller and more menacing. Here we go, just hopping along the top of the platforms. I seem to remember that Doom 64 had room over room, or it had the illusion of it, and some of the sector line def, whatever you call them, were set up so that they would quickly teleport you to the right height, depending on where you were, but I don't exactly know that. Okay, what are you? It's, I was about to call it a megasphere, but it's not, it's a supercharge. Don't know where that came from. I made that mistake once, tried several hundred times on the Doom 1-2 playthrough, but I used to know the names of the items before that. Let's see what's down here. Alright, that teleports you back up. But is there anything that's actually down here? There's this wall. Whoa! Ow, 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 ow! Ow, 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 ow! Okay. Well, I tried to go through as quickly as possible. It didn't really work. So I was instinctively avoiding the light patches, but I think that the light patches are actually where I meant to stand. Yeah, this is going a bit better. I'm less flat than I was before. Ow! I'm less flat than I was before. Oh God! Just a quick save of the game. No real reason. Let's scoot back along here, and the use of the coloured lighting's great. Okay, let's poke a hole through there and go into here, and whoa! God Almighty! Was that them just teleporting in, or is this a type of enemy that can make itself invisible? Whoop! Oh, okay. Oh, is this pounding a hole? It is as well. So that's a use of scripting that the original Doom didn't have. Wow, look at this! It's like a Space Mountain or something at Disney. Can I have some health, please? Just realised there's not been a lot of height until now. There have been ups and downs, you know, but there haven't been a lot of monsters far above or far below you. Oh, come on! Should I resurrect? Should I just restore my save? I was back here, which is a bit much. So I wonder what difficulty level this actually is that I'm playing, if this is the equivalent of Ultra Violence, or if it's something bigger than it. Whoa! How can I be so scared by the same surprise twice? It's not meant to be a surprise after the first time. Okay, so we'll watch the floor being battered slowly down into the ground while we contemplate our situation. There we go. Okay. It's almost like these rooms are almost like Quake or Quake 2, the alien bases and all the diagonals. Alright. Yeah, I realised about the enemies staying close to your level when I was zapping these monsters with the chain gun, and I realised I hadn't got annoyed about not being able to vertically auto-aim. Vertically aim manually, I mean. Well, there are a lot of you, aren't there? Can't imagine doing this on a controller. From which I can't hit the broadside of a barn on my best days. Alright, so here's that little imp closet. There's the switch for the yellow key. There's me going in a circle. Aha! A welcome little cache of rockets. I recorded the VR video this morning, by the way, and I'm still not quite over that. Where's that yellow door? Okay, up there. So that means go round up to the blue door, yellow, okay. Alright. Bit of a trek, but we'll do it. There, yeah, I remember. And we're heading towards the exit. How many? 90 out of 90, okay. These are big levels. I'm not sure how the Nintendo 64 managed to fit them all in memory. Okay, the terraformer. The terraformer needs just punching the ground until it gives way. Main engineering. We'll go through this one and we'll make this the last level I do. Oh no, maybe not, because it's only got 30 monsters. Alright. Whoa, okay, and these are nightmare imps, I think. Which are, they're a lot like imps, but they're... they're in your nightmares because they're faster. Alright, so that's the blue door, this is a nothing door. There's the yellow door. Uh-oh. Okay. Very good. Oh, okay. What are you doing? So this animation's obviously based on the original Doom 2 super shotgun. That was a chain gun, I was hoping it was a rocket launcher. There is an 8th weapon in this, by the way, that Doom on the PC doesn't have, and it's called the Unmaker. It's something that they revived from Tom Hall's original design document for Doom. The Unmaker didn't make it into the game, but this is there. And if I don't legitimately get it within 3 levels, I'll cheat and just see what it does. Whoa! Are you a cacodemon? That's an angry orb of destruction, isn't it? No friendly tomatoes here. This is a ball of hate like my grand's cat. Oh, it's got chains on its little stumpy arms as well. Alright, I've opened some teleporters. Let's try this one. Thank you! Switch obligingly reveals itself. Whoa, okay. So, there's some oddness with when you can cross over lines and when you can't. It sometimes blocks you. I'm being blocked just now from going over that line, but if I kind of try hard enough, oh well, I suppose there's that little step that's what's doing it. But you can't get up steps nearly as big as you could in Doom on the PC. Okay. Alright, so there's the yellow key. How do I get into there? Do I just have to run across? Obviously not. Ah, there you go. Yeah, a lot of these textures look very Quake-like. Just the what do they call it? The Slipgate complex ID base levels. And especially these gutters as well, that's very Quake-like. So the HUD in Doom 64 is not great. Well, you know, there are things that I might... Whoa! There we go. There are things that I might not want to blame on Doom 64. Whoa! I'll have that, thank you. Because I don't know how much of this is Doom 64 Retribution versus the original Doom 64. But still, whoa. It does like it's shifting walls and whoa, God almighty, oh no, what am I going to do? Chain gun them is what I'm going to do. I've completely lost my train of thought and forgotten what I was saying by this point, but just pretend it was very funny and interesting, and we'll all be happy. Oh, okay. I may have misread that 30 figure, didn't I? No, 65 out of 73. Oh, do you know what? I wonder if Doom 64 teleports monsters in after the start of the level. Because in Vanilla Doom you couldn't do that, and the monster count was the monster count from the start of the game onwards. Not that you could ever see the monster count, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. This is weird, going to areas that I've already explored, and there are new keys there. That's a bit strange. But yeah, original Doom you couldn't teleport monsters in, and in GZ Doom it kind of assumes that that's always going to be true. So you start off with, in your monster count, you start off with the number of monsters on the level currently, and then if more are teleported in, the monster count denominator increases. And that holds true for things like Pain Elementals generating lost souls and everything else. Holding area. Let's see. Let's just see how far I can get here in a reasonable play. But yeah, absolutely none of this looks familiar to me, which is something that's great about passing your 30s and having severe memory loss, and you can experience games again. So this is an interesting take on Doom. Have I set an alarm off? This is an interesting take on Doom by entirely replacing it and making a Doom-like game that seems ever so familiar. Do you know what? I'm going to take this chance to... Oh, I wonder if the cheats work, or if... Oh, that's a Baron, or a Hell Knight? I wonder if the cheats work, or if they've all been replaced. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so this is the BFG. This is the Unmaker. Oh, it's a rather disappointing laser cannon, if you ask me. Oh well. It does the job. That's what the BFG does in this port. Next time I have the opportunity. Where am I going? Yeah, that's a BFG, all right. What about the plasma gun, not the rocket launcher? Thank you. Oh, that's suitably zappy. Let's see if I can find something to use it on. Oh yeah, that's... Oh, it doesn't have that reload time either. That's interesting. Right, so what was I doing again? Yeah, over here. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, it feels a bit more powerful than the PC plasma gun. Because it's not as rapid fire, but each one's got more of a punch to it. I think that's true of the... Yeah, the rocket launcher gives you a bit of a backblast as well. Alright, that was the blue key. I know I have all the keys, but I'm just sticking to the rules. Oh dear. Yeah, I swear this is Quake 2 before Quake 2 was conceived. Just these, those octagonal sort of pillars in the middle of the room, the weird technology that's throughout the base. And that's going to be my exit. Let's unmake some things. Oh, sorry, that's BFG. Zap, pow, bang. Just, it's like a remote control. Get out of my way or I'll change your channel to Fox News. Alright, I think that's a suitable stalemate to end on. So that was a fascinating exploration through Doom 64 Retribution by Nevander. And it's Doom, but not as we know it. And it's a new experience even if you're very familiar with the PC one.